I'm excited to talk to you because Smart Home Killer comes out in just a couple of days. It's on the Lifetime Movie Network. What is the premise for the film?
The premise is somewhat built into the title. Um, there is a smart home, there is a killer, and I'm trying not to be killed. I play Leia, who is a single mom that moves into a smart home with her daughter, her teenage daughter, after surviving an attack in her suburban home. And so she's looking for the safety that she thinks a smart home can provide, as well as reconnect with her daughter, who's not very happy about moving deeper into the suburbs away from her friends in her last years of high school. Um, we meet some interesting characters along the way, some good, some not so much. And it's really just about navigating technology, which is great when it works in our favor, but how it can be used against us.
How was your character then initially described to you?
Well, the film was described to me by our director, Mish Neal, who had a great vision board for the film. And she said she wanted to kind of feel somewhere between Panic Room and Ex Machina. And Ex Machina is one of my favorite films. And it's a great example of what can go wrong when we let AI run amok. And so that was sort of the tone and the feel, and similar to the mother daughter relationship with Jodie Foster and a young Kristen Stewart in Panic Room. So that was how it was described to me, which, I mean, those are two fantastic films with great characters. And I really wanted to work with Mish. She had co-directed me in an episode of Hudson and Rex. And I was nominated for a CSA award, a Canadian Screen Award here in Canada. And we were dying for an opportunity to work together again. And this was it.
Was there something then about the role or maybe the way that Niche described the film to you that truly made you want to be a part of this? Or did maybe she twist your arm a little bit at this point?
She didn't have to twist my arm. We were that excited to find a project to work together again on. There was one earlier, but our schedules didn't quite permit. And so the stars aligned on this one. And she's a fantastic director. She also cast a beautiful actress that I'm so enamored by, and that is Anne O'Driscoll.
Yes,
Yeah. Are you familiar with her?
I am.
From
I've
which
seen her.
films?
Would you like the list?
Okay. All right.
She's very talented. I've seen her in several things.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful to Mish for introducing us, and we had such a great time working together. And since then, I mean, I'm such a fan and now a friend of hers. And coincidentally, when we were done shooting this film, I asked her if she would help me audition for the show Heartland. I'm not
Wow.
sure. Yeah, and she said, I'd love to, but I'm helping my sister audition for it.
The
Next thing you
irony.
know, her sister, Ilan, was on hold for it to play the daughter. I was on hold for it to play the mom. And as fate would have it, I again got to play the mother of an O'Driscoll daughter. And so it was fantastic. I've now got to work with both of the O'Driscoll sisters, both whom are just beautifully talented, wonderful humans.
I mean, I loved her in American Gods. She's wonderful. And Burden of Truth. I've seen both of those. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that she got to be in Hudson and Rex too. I mean, it's full circle for you.
Oh, that was actually Mish and I. Mish co-directed my episode. So yeah, she's the one who introduced me to the O'Driscoll family, and now I can't get enough of them. I don't want to work without them.
What did you find then particularly challenging about this role? Was it the stunts, the action, the intensity that you had to stay at an adrenaline level of 10 all the time?
Yeah, that's the thing about these thrillers. I'm trying to do a Christmas movie where no one's trying to kill me, but very lucky to be working on these thrillers. I know they've got a great audience, and people love the genre, and they are fun to work in. They are quite demanding physically and maintaining that level of intensity, as you say. Um, but luckily, we have a lot of fun as soon as the cameras stop rolling. That's very important to me, and luckily, the cast and crew were also a lot of fun. So yeah, we kept it light between the scenes.
I have to imagine there was a lot of heaviness throughout the role, though, as well. But I'm sure Mish since she's a great friend of yours, kept things a little bit lighter and made things a little bit easier for you. Excuse me, talk about working with her as a director.
She's very specific and she knows what she wants, but is also open to playing with things on the day, which is great. I mean, it's good when a director, has an idea of what they want, but is also open to collaborating. So she's very collaborative and equally decisive and also really fun and so complimentary to everyone. She's so kind to all of the crew, obviously, as every director should be, but she knows everyone's name. It was a really great feeling of camaraderie. We had an all female grip team behind the scenes. And wonderful producers at CME, Mary Patrician, and her team were just very nurturing on a set, despite the subject matter.
That must have made it much, much easier for you all when you're doing these deep, intense roles, for you to have someone like that to really lean on and also give you lightness, a little bit of light during those difficult times.
Yeah, another thing too is I got to work with the fantastic Morgan Kelly. Um, and we've also worked together quite a few times. We've played various versions of either husband and wife or friends or lovers, and sometimes he's trying to kill me. But yeah, again, it's great when you have that level of trust with everyone on set, from the producers, the directors, the crew, your co-stars. It just makes such a difference when you have that level of camaraderie and trust.
Certainly, there are so much, as we touched on, intense and edge of your seat moments while watching this movie. Were there particular scenes or maybe even some memorable moments you had while filming the movie?
Yeah, things do take a darker turn in the smart home, and there were some night shoots involved because we shot this in the summer, so there's a lot of daylight. And thrillers generally take place at night. So that meant a couple of overnight shoots back to back, 2 weeks in a row. So there was a lot of caffeine involved, a lot of caffeine, and a lot of patience. But we got through it the first weekend, and then we knew what to expect. So we kind of paced ourselves in terms of adrenaline and caffeine the following weekend. Because night shoots are, they're tough on everybody. So come the Monday, a lot of people were saying, sorry if I seemed a little grumpy, which they didn't. Or sorry if I seemed a little testy, or sorry if I wasn't my best self. Because, I mean, who is at 4 in the morning when you're doing stunts and shooting the climax of the film? But everybody was great. We still had a ton of fun.
What do you think it is about Smart Home Killer that's just going to make it such a fast fan favorite Lifetime Movie Network thriller?
It seems like these movies are becoming popular all the year through. So, in the same way that Christmas movies aren't just for Christmas, there's Christmas in July. And I'm loving the way Lifetime is pitching this genre over the holidays. Sleigh bells ring, you know, not the sleigh bells we're used to, but for anyone out there who's looking for something different than just the classic holiday genre, then Smart Home Killer is a great adrenaline paced, female driven thriller that I think will resonate with people that have come to love these kinds of movies.
I can only imagine what it's like to shake off a long day of filming those kinds of movies. Michelle kept it, Mish keeps it pretty light, as you said, but you're still in these moments. You're crying, you're running, you're doing everything. How did you all shake off a long day of being on set?
When we could, we go for tacos, matcha lattes, a little debrief, at the hotel by the fake fireplace. We all kind of like stone souped it, and everyone brought a little beverage or some ice or some snacks. We raided the variety store next door, and we were shooting this movie in Hamilton, which is like about an hour away from Toronto. So a lot of us were staying in the city, which kind of feels like you're on a trip with some fast new friends. And again, like just the sense of humor that a lot of the crew bring, along with their professionalism, allows for some levity between even the heavy scenes.
With this one coming out here shortly, what are the other projects you've been busy working on?
I'm thrilled to announce, as I just found out yesterday, that a film I shot last summer with Vortex Media, it was called A Dangerous Romance. Lifetime is releasing it also this December, December 29th, and it's called A Widow Seduced. And the cast is amazing. I got to work with some really fantastic actors that I've admired for a long time and got to work with them on this one. And Gray Powell and Jamie Spilchuk and just a really great cast. And that one is it's also a really engaging thriller that has heavy doses of romance in it as well. So it's a nice combo of genres. If you like
And a
romance,
a
like
lot
thriller,
different than this one.
yeah. So that also comes out on Lifetime December 29th and Super Channel sometime in Canada in the new year.
How are you going to be celebrating this movie, Smart Home Killer, that comes out this week?
If I could figure out a way to watch it on Lifetime in Canada, I would. But I feel like the VPNs prevent us from doing that. So I might have to be patient like everyone else in Canada and wait till the new year and then reach out to you and tell me how you liked it.
That's a deal. I'll be
All right.
there.
Okay, great.
This movies you have back to back, so it's incredible. You'll be celebrating for week after week, not just for the holidays. You have a lot going on. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I'll be reaching out to my friends in the US to let me know how'd I do. How's the movie? Did you like it? Because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even seen a trailer, so you might have seen more
Well,
than I have.
what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you do on our screens?
Oh my goodness. Thank you for watching anything that I've had the good fortune to participate in. There's so much content out there, and every job that I've ever done, every project, I've fallen in love with the cast, the crew, the creators, and you just want to be able to share that with other people when everyone works so hard and has such a good time making it. So I'm thrilled for anyone that's enjoyed anything that I've had the good fortune to be in, and I look forward to hearing feedback on what you think of these next projects coming up.